influence, yeah. See me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex. Say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check. Better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best. I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest. Stand on business, I'm too tall. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip attack. On the internet, we only do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS. SOS, SOS. See you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Went to starter from a mascot. Went to rollies from a G-Shock. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fees not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip attack. On the internet, we only do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Thursday to everyone. Let me see how all systems go. You guys know the drill. Yeah, everything looks like it's working. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what we have going on for today. Today is USD bank holiday, and yeah, we're gonna see what's going on the charts and stuff like that. So start off here with GJ. I set up stream early, but when I looked at the charts this morning, I was really I really wanted to just maybe start like an hour later today. I think that would have been a lot better. We are very choppier across the board here, but we're going to go through it, vibe together hopefully, and chill. Looking at the calendar today, we do have some GBP news a little bit later. At 3 p.m. we have, you know, basically the same as FOMC statement, but for the UK. This morning we have a bit of CHF news. That's about it. So I guess that GJ is going to wait for this the same way that yesterday gold kind of waits for FOMC. And then we have the bank holiday as well in US. So US markets are closed in the PM session. So we're going to see what happens, especially with these. You know, we might not see that much volume from the GBP here until after 3 p.m. basically. So looking at the charts here, yeah, just a total, you know, choppiness here. Previous daily closing bearish, previous 4-hour closing bullish, still respecting this 4-hour support, which we can add back in here. Put this here, 4-hour support. Come on. There we go. So mixed session bias today. We do have this resistance up here as well, this 4-hour resistance. 30-minute is chopping at the moment. 15-minute is full chopping at the moment. Sells is hard because we've tapped target already. We could look to wick fill this if volume comes back in. You would kind of be selling below the 4-hour support to get back to the 4-hour support again. Selling into this is not going to be a good idea. Could be a retest to continue up. There is more bearish pressure than bullish. Now selling in this range is where you're going to get cooked, because that's where volume maybe dies out, right? And that's what you really need to be careful about, is like, how do we basically, you know, manage inside of the range? A lot of people will maybe take a sell here. Yeah, it could work, but the thing is, look what we've been doing right now. What is the evidence to say that we're not just going to keep chopping in here? Unless, of course, you play a high time frame idea to take a sell with a safe stop loss and just throughout the day try to take these sells or to try take these buys. The problem with that higher time frame idea is that 4-hour has reached target, right? We're not up here to say, okay, fine, I can sell at the break of the 4-hour low, put my stop loss pretty high, and then see if throughout the days it can make its way, or throughout the day or by the next day, it can make its way down towards the support. We're at the support, so equally there could be a potential bounce from here. Now, looking at gold on the other hand, we have a pretty similar story, to be honest, if not a little bit worse. Very, very, very choppy market here. Literally always chopping from the highs or from the lows here. What's interesting is we kind of made a bigger lower low yesterday with move to a wonder, pith not moving. Yeah, you're right, actually. Holy shit. Bank holiday, pith is closed. That's very interesting. Yeah. Shit, I have still my big drawing on a wonder chart. Are these 4-hour candles on FX still wrong? 6, yeah. I still have my big drawing. Okay, I guess we'll delete the magic drawing. What a shame, man. Took me some time to make this, man. Anti-host satellite and everything. Damn. That's a shame. Can't save that. Well, I guess good things don't always last. So we're gonna go, we'll remove 15 drawings. Effort, time, energy. But we bring back the anti-host satellite, don't worry. So we remove that, go back to these charts. 4-hour time frame, pretty choppy. Previous daily closed bearish here. Nice daily candle close, to be honest. Looking at 4-hour time frame, sitting at this 4-hour support as well. Bearish bias today, but bias is not really mattering, being too relevant in this range here. 1 hour is a disaster, a lot of choppiness. We tried to break out yesterday with FOMC. I'm going to recap FOMC here in a minute. Just after we do the analysis, I'll recap what happened with FOMC. Very simple, nothing really too major to worry about, but I'll recap it. See the 1 hour resistance here. I don't even think it's worth marking inside of the range like this, but the support is better to mark because we are bearish bias. But honestly, this is where it's quite confusing, because it's better to buy from the bottom of the range, man. That's been the profitable play, is to buy from the bottom of the range until proven otherwise, and we've not been proven otherwise. Yes, we had this move yesterday here, you know, after FOMC, but Otherwise, it's just been profitable to buy from bottom of the range. Problem is we don't have range. We're chopping right now. So we need to be extremely careful. Selling this low here into this is like, oof, it's a rough one, man. Every time you sold lows, it basically failed here at the bottom of the range. Like, really, when you're trading a range, you need to play the idea of sell from the top of the range, buy from the bottom. Yesterday in NY session with the guys, I was saying the only option I see on gold was this sells here. We were trying to get into buys here, closed a bit deep for my liking. And then I talked about, okay, the only thing I see here is the sell option. Like, even though it's counter bias as well, right? But it's just buy, you know, sell from the highs, buy from the lows kind of idea. That's what you're playing. So if we're back to the lows now, the buys, until we get out of the range, the buys make sense. Is this a confirmed breakout of the range? Potentially, but what have we done? We pull back straight back into the range. So we need to see. Now, what's different is if we continue below these lows that we've made down here, yeah, maybe we can see some more action. Once we clear these lows, then we have a proper breakout. But do we break out today during bank holiday? We're gonna see. But that would be way better. Then we'd be like, okay, fine, we're actually outside of the range. You know, we're outside of the wicks and stuff like that. So, but even here, we made lower lows and just retrace, lower lows and just retrace. So it's not the most confidence inducing. And likewise for the buys, we don't have much range for the buys. So we really need price action to develop, and then we can see how to tackle this, to be honest. Don't want to rush into anything and see what ends up happening. So here, same kind of story on DAX here as well. Start off on daily time frame here. Yes, previous daily creating like kind of this setup 3 here we have. Looks like it wants to fill into this daily support potentially here, which would not be a bad target. Looking at 4-hour time frame here, we can see we're breaking down as well, coming down to that daily support, which is going to be target of the day for me. 1 hour, we're trying to cross below the resistance. We'll see what we have here. Yeah, pretty clean on 1 hour. I do believe we will have 15-minute zones. 15-minute is here. Let's go see the 15-minute zones here. So we have one right here. We'll put this as 15. And then the next one we have is a previous one here, which we've tapped quite a few times. So we put this P15. And then that's pretty much it. So full bearish bias, not bearish, actually technically mixed bias on DAX today. See what 5 minute is saying, a little bit lower that 5 minute support. So what I would like to see is structure and a close below, right? And maybe even pullbacks to continue down bearish. I prefer pullbacks to continue down bearish. Every time we've closed on a low, pullback, close on a low, pullback. This one, we pulled back first, then close on a low was fine. So I want to either see pullback, close on new lows, then we can continue down, or I want to see a full pullback and then take sells with like a change of structure, like we got up here, change of structure here, change of structure here, something like that, you know. So yeah, also have this previous weekly here as well next to this previous 15. So we're gonna box this up, kind of be your break-even zone. We do have a couple of wicks crossing it, which is nice, but you never know, does price want to react it off now? It's there to mark, so why not mark it? So we'll box it up like this. So it doesn't give us the biggest range to trade with, but it's enough if volume is there. But we can't rely on volume today because bank holiday. I have a history of losing every single trade bank holiday, so I'm really taking good solid positions today. Like I said, I would have preferred to start streaming an hour later today. It's, you know, you really want to be trading around the volume times. You really want to be trading around the volume times and do not get chopped up today, because today is a day where you can easily get chopped up if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, that's basically it, to be honest. Yesterday, US 30, a great trade in NY for buys. Yeah, the buys were quite nice in yesterday US 30 NY session. Yeah, pretty clean 5 minute close. Not close actually, took it impulsively, break of the high first with the 15 and 30 minute close, relying on that. Did pull back, gave you a bit of a sweat because we're running 5 minute stop loss. We're not running the 15, but if you based it off 15, based it off 30, you're totally chilling. And it would be easy, but you know, we like tighter stops, so we played a little bit risky, but luckily price respected all the levels, you know, that we had in place, and that's what was important in that trade. So yeah, that's the analysis for today, guys. Let's see what happens. I would say gold is looking a bit tricky. GJ is also looking tricky. DAX looks probably the best out of everything today, just because of us trending, first of all. Second of all, us having clean ranges. So if I was to probably take a trade today, it's probably going to be on DAX. Would be nice to have the open. I know a lot of people's spreads right now are very high. Well, there's your answer right there. So if it wants to do some of this random stuff, then it's going to make it tough for us. Today, it's very strange for it to be moving quite heavy this time. How are you guys' spreads doing? I would like to check mine on a bank holiday. Sometimes they may be higher. Yeah, it's slightly higher today than normal. Slightly higher on DAX. Gold is pretty high actually. For IC, I'm at like 1.2 pips. It's totally tradable, but slightly higher than normal. I wonder how you guys are doing on other things. $1.7 points. 2.9 is crazy. 2 pretty hard. 1.4, 3.9 on FDR. That's not tradable. 3.9. 3.9 is not hard. It's not good. Advantage 0.4, that's nice. 1 is not bad on GG. Yeah, you guys need to wait for FTM. You guys need to wait for the after the open. After the open, will calm down. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening. Yeah, it changes after the open. So yeah, make sure you guys do the YouTube business. Leave a like on the stream. I would appreciate it. You guys know the drill. Get the likes up to 100. I would appreciate that, guys. I know London has been slow, but it's not my trading. It's just the session. I mean, and as a beginner, I never like to blame the markets, nor am I blaming the markets. But New York's been a complete different story for us, you know. So I wish you guys could see New York as well. You would understand the full picture. But that's why I'm here trying to teach you guys the skill, so that you guys could actually trade and do good on your own and stuff. US 30 being pretty clean, man, giving good setups, good volume, good continuation. The guys, I don't trade DAX during NY, but the guys in the group trade DAX during NY. They've been performing pretty well on DAX. That's it. And that's it. Gold hasn't been the best during NY, but there has been options. There has been options. Poor Tony, bro. Tony gets stopped at break even and then goes work and then misses US 30. Man's crying himself to sleep. Full. I told yesterday. Totally cooked yesterday. Stop break even. Then news comes up, pushes in your direction. Right? And then girlfriend now thinks you're cheating on her because of us. Then you miss US 30 position because you have work, and then some asshole, you know, you need to ask him about what shoe size you think he is, and he's like, fuck off, man. You know, fuck you. I don't have time for this shit. Harry, if we get previous level tap twice like this, still valid? What's still valid? The level? Yeah, of course. It's a resistance. It's showing you rejection. Oops. If that's what you mean. Is the, you know. You guys are full demotivated, huh? I can see. Don't be toxic, guys. I can see what's going on in YouTube chat. Before, when I used to ask for likes, you guys press likes. Now you don't press, like it's my fault. Realize this. I do not control the market, guys. Do not be in your head. No music on Zoom, really? That's weird. Let's check. Should be okay now. Interesting behavior. I'm not talking to everyone, just talking to the majority of people. I like to see behaviors. Don't you think to have one session is enough for the rest of the day to enjoy? Yes, that's kind of the goal, but sometimes, you know, if we're trading when there's rockets going over our head, you know, it's a completely different story. You need to adapt. Like, I know a lot of traders who are just not trading in this period. Like, they've just, you know, using this as an excuse. I think it's a great time to, you know, use this as an excuse and they just go travel. I know a lot of traders who just said, I'm not trading this. Are you stupid? Then there's degenerates like us. Bearish session bias, you don't know the stop loss yet. Stop loss would not have to be this high. So stop loss could go above the candle here. I'd like to see 5-minute structure in here as well before closing below. But yeah, setup 1 would be fine. This was a beautiful setup here, this one here. It's just a bit early, but if that happened during session would be great. Your chart is frozen? Yeah, because I'm looking at someone else's chart, brother. And my chart is not frozen, there's just no volume. Oh, it's the wrong chart, that's why. My bad. It's a swap today, because today that chart is closed because of bank holiday. So gold dropped here like a rock. I think it took DAX with it as well. Yes. I think maybe something's being said. Trump, nothing is too late. Jesus Christ. Oh man, now what? IDF strikes inactive nuclear reactor. Oh man, that's not good. Just happened 1 minute ago. We're getting strikes right now as we speak. It's gonna be interesting London session, man. What's happening in the market these days due to war? Yes, of course. Okay, let's explain FOMC yesterday. So FOMC came out, rates kept the same. That's exactly what we expected for rates to be kept the same. Basically, what Jerome Powell said is that we don't really have an intention to drop rates as quickly as you think. That sent Dixie up. As you can see, Dixie rallied. And that's as simple as it is. They're just saying, listen, we're not decreasing rates. We can't. I'm expecting a lot of inflation. That's what he's saying. He's expecting inflation. Also dumped the stock market a bit after him saying that. As you know, stock market is more bullish when they say inflation is getting better. So that's it in a nutshell. Done very simply. Are you going to trade gold today? I'm not that stupid. Yeah, I can see that. I am. Not you, it's me. Why is the war not pushing gold? Because of the high prices on gold, and secondly, because people don't understand that events first push gold down. We spoke about this. If you guys watched the webinar, all the guys in the exclusive, didn't we went through this. We went through this in the webinar, and I showed you that every major event, right? I showed you even, if you go on gold, check the history of gold, and I'm going to show you guys this. Does anyone remember when was Ukraine and Russia? Let's see how smart you guys' memories are. Okay, I'm just gonna spoil it because, yes, it was 22. This is Ukraine-Russia, huh? June 2021. Yeah, was it this one here? I think, no, maybe this one here, this one. November, I think it was. It was either one of these. November, I think. But yeah, it was this one here. This one. Daily time frame we're on. Yes, this one. November 21. I don't think it's February. I think it was November. It was definitely this one. Where's February? January, February. Nope, it wasn't. If it was this one here. But it was this one here. When it first started to kick off, it wasn't February 2023, that's for sure. But when it first started to kick off, it led to lower prices first before it starting to then lead into the high prices we had, right? But first it started with a dump, right? First it started with a dump. So this is what we're seeing right now. This is what we're seeing right now. And look, it's not a big dump, huh? So it's no issues for gold to come back down to like 23, 24, right? 23, 24, and then start the bullish move. Like, that's totally possible. Because people just want their money in dollar right now. Or yen. So we should see actually yen be getting stronger. Yeah, there we go. So yen getting some strength now as well. Seeing money flow out to traditional markets, getting below this level here. I don't know why London is being the session where we're seeing so much inconsistency. Like, New York is actually pretty consistent. There's not many random moves like this. They're all, like, you can explain them. So it's interesting that it always happens in London. Like, why? It's like, how can you schedule rocket? Like, it's scheduled. It's nuts how the world is controlled. Like, it's on schedule. Every day we've seen this pattern of where London is very impulsive and NY is way better. Like, let's take, for example, yesterday NY. Yesterday NY, we didn't have any impulsive moves. And the one impulsive move we had with some news was this. This was the impulsive move we had with news. But we can explain that. We had a bearish close from the top of the range. It's basically replicating what happened here, replicating what happened here, replicating what happened here, replicating what happened here. Compared to what's happening in London is we just are at the bottom of the range, like somewhere here, and then all of the time it hasn't pushed through, and then this time, boom, suddenly pushes through. Like, big dump here, or DAX as well. Bottom of the range, pushes through. Super early. So it's very interesting. What's your view on BTC? It's holding pretty stable. Basically what the stock market is doing. You see, we have this daily range here. So as long as we respect this daily range, we should be fine. We start to break it, I start to get worried, but I expect us to stay in this daily range until things sort themselves out. We're forming a summer range, which is very normal to form a range during summer, but we don't want to break the range. Hopefully this creates a pullback here and then we can take sells below here. I think that should be pretty clean if I'm not mistaken until, yeah, until all the way down here. So we have some nice room, to be honest. So we just need something, 5-minute pullback, something for stop loss. Volume doesn't look too bad, but we have to keep in mind that this is also news driven. We just had a news event. So what we've been seeing is that we get a news driven random move and then price ranges. So that's why we want to trade outside of the range. We need a range to prove to us that we have somewhere to get out of in both directions. Very important. Very important to have a range that we can prove that there's somewhere we can get out of in both directions. Harry, may it be better to start the session 30 minutes later? Well, I've noticed these days that moves have been coming a little bit later. Today I wanted to start later just because it's bank holiday, so it's more likely we get moves closer to London Open, as that's in a bank holiday, like it's what you can expect, just from experience, what I've noticed, you know. I think I should go out today and get some fresh air. What do you reckon? Depends, man. I mean, if there's volume today, we could get some nice options, you know. It's just, do we just fall back into a range? If we fall back into a range, yeah, I call it very quick. No need to hang around. But I'm looking at DAX here, and DAX is creating some nice structure. So if that structure can break, we can maybe get some sells. I don't mind being aggressive today in the terms that get into profit. If it comes back break even, I get out. I have a previous 15 on DAX, then it's much cleaner below that. 186, but look at the wicks we've created, so it's already been tested. Did you take a trade in NY yesterday? Yes, I did. Took US 30 buys a win. Made back loss from the morning plus more, so profitable day. You can't really complain at that. Call it a day after that. Don't want to overtrade to try make more. That's a very big mistake. So once you have a day like that where, okay, in the morning you lose and then you make back what you lost plus more, call it a day straight. Straight, without question. You've done more than you need to do. Like, that's a very successful day to make back what you lost plus more. No need to push it past that. A lot of people take that extra step and push it past that. I have 1.5 pips spread on US 30 and it doesn't change. Do you think that's tradable? 1.5 pips. Yeah, I mean, right now my US 30 is at 1.2 pips, so 1.5 is not far away from that. If you win in London, do you still trade in NY? I do, yes. I just take better, like, A+ setups. And I don't force a trade. Do you mind showing the US 30 trade? I can't really see it. Why can't you see it? What happened? I posted there in Harry's trades, no? Here's the trade. Entry break of that high on this candle here, held this drawdown, and then rebroke the high and continued bullish. That was it. Setup 1. Do you think AI and algo trading will make it harder for retail traders in the future, or is it just changing the way we need to approach the market? Depends where they implement it, right? Depends where they implement it. But no, I don't think, I think it could definitely help. But as a trader, you're always adapting anyways. Was this an aggressive option? No, it wasn't an aggressive option. We had a 1 hour close above, 30-minute close above, and a 15-minute close above. So you had 3 time frames close above setup 1, 3. Because there was a 5-minute resistance that it rejected. Wasn't a 5-minute resistance. Oh, you mean the one that we did? Yeah, we took it on the rebreak. I took it on the rebreak. The 1-minute close above. Because I'm relying on the 1 hour, the 30-minute, and the 15 all closing above. Like, sometimes you can be too picky with trading, right? It's like you have a 1 hour close above, you have a 30-minute close above, and a 15. And then the 5-minute rejected that, came back down, made a bottom wick, and then rebroke its high. Because that's what it did first. So then you're not going to take it because you're scared of that 1 5-minute resistance. It's too much. Like, sometimes it's too much. That's where you hesitate. Your Pith gold chart frozen? Yeah, I'm on a Wanda now. It's because it's bank holiday. Pith always closes during bank holiday. That's the one big problem with Pith, is that tomorrow the chart is also messed up because you have a big gap from today. No price action today. So it messes up everything. Takes like 3-4 days, even a week for it to get back in action. So we're back on a Wanda for a while. Forex.com, is the 4-hour candles correct though? I think it closes weird. We're still running the giveaway, by the way, guys. We have not hit target. We have gone further away from the target. All right, 5-minute didn't close below our zone yet. So I'm waiting for this next 5 minute. It's a previous 15 though. It's not the most worst type of level, but I would prefer another 5 close below. Would be nice. Something like here. Stop loss 15 points. You have like 34 points. Actually looks quite nice. Depends how deep we close though. Will also be the 15-minute close. So you have another 15-minute candle closing bearish. Look at gold. Gold sells potentially. I think it's a bit gone, man. Potential. I think it's a bit gone, man. It's on the floor. It's on the freaking floor. Where are you gonna sell? Unless you close your eyes. Unless you close your eyes. Close your eyes and press sell. That's the solution. Gamble it. Don't be a pussy. You do it, man. Right now, 1,000 quid. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's see it. Come on. Ah, now who's being a pussy, you see? Directly says no. You do, I do. You promised 1,000 quid right now. I put 1,000 quid right now. Let's go. Let's go. I'm down. Can't afford a fiver. Alright, so then I think gambling is not going to be the way, man. I think gambling is not going to be the way. Let's clone this, put this here. This is our previous 4-hour support now. But we haven't closed below. Tough, you know, tough with this big long wick. If this closed somewhere here, it's a nice trade. You could actually take it on 5, but massive wick. On 15, it's valid, but stop loss is a bit crappy. But let's see how it looked. 96 for 80, 90. Tough. Didn't give you a 1-to-1 as well. And this is rejecting around the previous 15, so you don't know. Harry, aside of trading, do you gamble? No, I don't gamble, no. I mean, I play poker, so it is a form, but it's controlled. So yes, you could say so, but it's not something I do like often, to be honest. I used to. Do you share NY trades with exclusive members before taking it? Yeah, we discuss the trades all the time. Yesterday we were live. So I'm trading in a live scenario. Is poker a tough game? There's a lot of stuff you have to study. In terms of GTO and ranges and what hands to squeeze, 3-betting, out of position, in position, ICM considerations, depending on your pot size, and you know, all of this thing, you know, what hands you should continue with, what hands you should fold, when you should bluff, blockers, anti-blockers, opening up ranges, you know. There's a lot of stuff to it. Because there's like logic, like, let's say you think the opposition is bluffing. If the opposition is bluffing and you have one of the cards in your hand that he could be using to bluff, you are blocking his bluff, because probabilities you have one of the cards out of the deck that he might be using to bluff with. So for you to call his bluff and to say that he is bluffing, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one to do that. So your probabilities are much lower in that sense. So maybe you have to give it up to him. Sounds like ICT? No, it's more logical. No story. There's no story behind it. ICM stands for Independent Chip Model. In poker, could you capitalize on the many stupid all-in players, all-in bettors? No, it's harder to do that because there is a possibility they get lucky. That's the one thing about poker that you can't control. Is maybe like you have a hand like Ace-King, very strong hand. But this stupid gambler goes all in with, you know, 2 deuces, which is like 2 twos. And on the flop comes ace, 2, 3. You're like, fuck, he's got now 3 twos. He beats me, even though I hit the ace. So you still lose against him. You still lose. So that's the problem in poker, is that sometimes when you go all in as well, you still can lose. You don't really have control over that. 5-minute close bullish again. I was looking at the price. Little trick, if you don't like to look, you can always look at the price of things. Helps you to see where it is at. What's the best hand to have in poker? A royal flush. That's your best hand. Let's play someday in the exclusive. If you guys want to enter a tournament in the exclusive, I live stream it. Be ready. If we make it far, we're here for 9 hours. Straight. Be ready. 6 hours, 7 hours. It's a grind. It's a grind. You're in? Alright, we do it then. We do it. I'll live stream a tournament then. I'll enter a tournament and you guys join me in the tournament. Yeah, of course, real money, bro. Are you kidding me? Real tournament we enter. We enter more than one table though. We'll enter like 2 tables or something. 2 tables is fine. And we go grind again. I thought it was a full house. No, it's a royal flush. Can I play with demo? No. You can, but it's not what we're gonna play. 25k buy-in? Yeah, you sponsor it, mate. Thanks. What's the buy-in? We'll see what there is on that day. We'll buy into stuff what we see is there on that day. In poker, you don't need to buy in too much, you know. because you can get like a price pool of 100,000 with like a $50 buy. Of course, you have to make it far. I hope we make it far. 6-hour grind. Ready for 6-hour grind? We'll be playing against like 1,000 players or something. See DAX. DAX is closing in a minute here. We might close below. Seriously though, I reckon we all put in a 50 quid, enough people would be good. Nah, doesn't work like that. There's some really good players online, man. They have over $1 million in tournament winnings. You're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be wrecked by them if you don't know how to play. Unless you just have a really good run. You mean for TS what? Like host a TS tournament? Oh, no, we should do that with trading. Something that everyone has an edge on. Not something, otherwise it's not fair, right? Let's see, 42 seconds here for a 5-minute close. I want it to close a little bit deeper would be better, actually. So we don't have to deal with this 1 minute. 1 to 500 leverage. All right, we got to close here. See if we can get a top wick first. Would like a top wick. No top wick yet on my broker. Would like a top wick first. So I'm going to wait for a top wick myself. Contemplating whether to enter on this break of the low. Right, we have a top wick now, so we'll give it a shot breaking the lows here. Stop loss above the highs. Bank holiday, so I want to be very aggressive here. If I start to see it reject, I'll probably get out quick. Four to 5 pip spread? Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. Gonna trigger or is it gonna stop? My broker's lagged. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Wrong way. All right. See if we can push past this 1 minute support. All right, so we tap this wick here. I'm gonna be mental break even here. Mental break even. Gonna watch what it does at entry. If it starts to flip above entry or like hesitate at entry, I'm just gonna get out the position. So I have my finger on the trigger, guys. I'm gonna repeat. I am mental break even. I'm watching what happens around this wick here, how we react off it. Hopefully we can break this wick and then get a drive down to 1-to-1. The exact 1-to-1 is somewhere around here. Coming close to entry now, just below my entry at the moment. Want to see this 5-minute open. No bottom wick yet. All right, bottom wick being made. So if this flips up back to entry, I'm just gonna get out break even. So hopefully I can survive it. All right. Oops. I have a gap down here. That just pushed down. Check. Really weird close there. That's super weird. Price action is moving very, very, very weird here. Like, look at how it's moving on my broker. So it's still basically... Okay, now that got me. Fair enough. That's weird, man, how price was moving. Sweet. What? Bro, it's not... There's some lag. I'm having a problem with my broker here. It's not closing me out the position. Let me try move stops, guys. Just give me a sec. So I'm having a problem with the broker. It's not closing me out. It came to entry twice and didn't close me out. You can see my stop loss, how it's not been triggered here. Twice it came to entry here and that stop loss has not been triggered. So I'm technically still in here. Not a bad problem to have. I'm scared that it comes up and something happens and I don't get triggered stop loss though. This is what I'm scared about though. This is what I'm scared though. So I'm kind of contemplating, do I just try to close it now to avoid that? I don't know. Damn, it's pushing nicely so far. But it doesn't want to give a 1-to-1. All right. I took it there. I took it there. Yeah. Tap for me. Gave it a shot there. Not bad. 18 points. I'm glad that happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. You guys saw my stop. That's really weird. First time that's happened. Very interesting. But yeah, I'm not gonna complain, to be honest. I'm not gonna complain. That's pretty nice, to be honest. If it's gonna trigger like that. So yeah, pretty good. 18 points. Market is being nice to me finally. It's like, poor guy, man. Let's do something nice for him on a, you know, after all the shit I've had to endure. It's like, let's be nice to him for once. So at least I get that, you know. So yeah, not bad, not bad. We'll take it, we'll take it. Anyways, I needed the toilet, so let me just go to the toilet and come back, guys. Wow, what a dump here, man. Do the Zoom business. Yeah, pretty good. Anyways, good. I can't take it because spreads are high. Yeah, if spreads are high, it's not. But nice plan. I guess it respected wherever I put my SL there. It's the first trade. I set a 1 to 2 take partials, let it run. Went a brew, hit target. Nice. I actually closed 80 here. I closed 80 just to see, and then I closed the rest out down here actually. It's only 20%, but I thought this could have room here. I liked the way the 1 minute, so I left a little bit here, but I took majority out there. Out for 1.5 RR. Nice, man. That's a big one. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice. Let's see how much I totaled with this 20. I'll post so you guys can see how I manage. Like that. Just so you guys can see bigger screen. Let's pull it up. 80 and then the rest down there. How much total RR for you? Like 1.2, man. Because 80 is a lot, man. 80 is a lot. I don't understand this guy. If he draws a target low and knows there's a target, why not go for it? Because of my one-to-one basis, you know. If you want to hold to here, I'm not going to stop you against that, huh? I'm not going to stop you against that. Be my guest. Hold. Pays for a couple of Bs? It does. It does. It's just nice to get something on a bank holiday. I broke that streak, man. I broke that streak. But like I said, it's a hit or miss. We want to be out of the range. And luckily we were out of the range. Gave me something. Anyways, that's good, man. Flip this month around. Thanks to DAX and US 30. Interesting time. We haven't got a move at this time for a while, but this is exactly what I need. Open case. What happened to this? Price was there, got exited there. That's my point. This shit was happening to me as well. So it was coming close to entry, and then it looked like it triggered me, and then doesn't trigger. Then triggered me, doesn't trigger. I'm like, okay, weird. So it's like, and the same thing, spread. I had the same thing, man. I had this, my spreads are exactly the same distance. You've seen, like when I showed my, it just seems to be a liquidity issue, bro. This is IC, right? This is IC, yeah. So I had the same thing. The same thing happened to me. So I dragged stop loss to above there. It looked visually it looked like it's tapping my entry. But in terms of P&L, it's not. My P&L was not negative. So it's kind of like the quoted price is different. It was the same on my two prop focus. Yeah, that's what was happening to you, Maurice. So that's what was happening to me as well. But in you, it got you out in profit here. It did the same. For me, it actually, you saw my take profits. It didn't do that BS. But it actually did it at the right place. Did it at the right place. Same, I closed manually as well. Anyways, it's a beautiful move. Emmanuel got 0.85%. Nice, man. Nice. Man, long time since we got a close in London and drive like this. This is like, if you see it and buy, it makes a lot of sense. Classic move. Classic DAX move. Hey, don't forget to thank your broker. Well, to be honest, I'm deserved this. I'm due. I'm due, for God's sake. I almost got out break even. Good. Crazy how if you lost, you would count the broker accountable. Now share your profits with us. I did share my profits with you. I literally took this live in front of you. Respecting that low line, pretty convincing, BE. Not pretty convincing, it's just an aggressive thing. But for some reason, this did not trigger. I think because this opened no top wick and this opened no top wick here, it probably gapped down. Did not trigger. Not good because of bad spreads. You were B and tapped. Well, what happened is I was first. Yeah, so this is how I did it. It first came to entry. And, so how I do it is on my phone. When I'm like mental break even, I just have the, when you press close and then that window comes up, you have to press one more button to close the full position. So I don't look at the charts to see if I'm BE or not. I look at P&L. If P&L is like red minus $1, $10 or something, I know that's around my break even, I can close it. But my P&L was blue still. I was +5, +6. So when it came back to entry, on the charts here, it was tapping entry. When I was looking on my phone, it said +$5. I'm like, okay, I'm still not really break even. The next candle opened no top wick. This one here, I'm back in profits. I'm like, okay, no point to close. This one here, remember this one. I'm like, okay, I'm still in. It came back again. Still $1. I'm like, I'm waiting. Then I said, this is sketchy because it's around my break even. So what did I do? I manually dragged stop loss to here in case it jumped. I was scared it jumped. So I said, okay, I don't mind losing 1 point here. 2 points. I'm scared if it jumps. If it jumps, I'm going to be cooked. So that's when I manually moved, and then since I manually moved, I was calm. I'm like, if it stops me out, it stops me out. I showed you guys my terminal to say this is how it looks right now. That's what I'm doing because, and then this candle just came through here. So that's basically what happened. It was a weird one. This thing's still going down? Man, 20% should have left it. Where are we going? Daily support was here, brother. Do you use fixed lot size? I don't. I caught this for a change. Broker triggered you. Oh, that's good you caught it. Yeah, if you look at the group, it's 50-50. Half yes, half no. So it's interesting. Anyways, I'm not complaining though. It's nice to be back on track. Nice to be back on track. This is Euro USD. Tony says there's a 1 hour level there, so I'm gonna trust Tony here. No 1 hour. But your bias is bearish, right? Previous daily bearish, previous 4 hour bearish. Oh, on DAX. I think this is a FOMO trade. For me, bias is bearish. Maybe my 4 hour candles are wrong. Let me double check. 9 o'clock. No, your 4 hour candles are wrong. You've been checking. Haha, you just explained how you lied 5 minutes ago. You said break even on broker not closing the position even though price was tapping your SLBE. Now you're saying you moved it after? Yes, because I was mental break even. I never said I went full break even. I said I was mental break even, and I explained how I manage break even. What I mean it's not broker not closing is that broker is not coming negative. I need to see it go negative. I need to see it go negative. That's what I'm saying. So then I move my stop loss to make sure that it triggers me. So that's why I did it, move my stop loss, and then I showed you guys the terminal. What do you want me to say? It's crazy how people are mad at my own trade. My own profits I made. It's crazy world we live in, guys. They must have got our break even? Sure, then don't listen to me, man. I literally explained the whole thing and showed you my terminal to say how I move stop loss. That's why I did it, to show you guys. That's why I was confused, because I was looking at Tradingview. On Tradingview, price was at break even. My P&L, blue. My P&L was blue. So that's why I was saying that. See, then I was like, okay, let me show you guys what's happening. See, look, Tradingview, watch Tradingview. Watch here. Look. Okay, technically that's not break even. Technically that's not break even. Like, it's just there, but still it looks like break even on Tradingview. But then it goes down. See, and that's why I showed terminal. That's where my stop loss was moved to. So let's zoom in and see if you guys can see. So this was coming up into here. This happened in a split second that it like broker lagged. My P&L never went negative. So I could have lost this. I could have gone into drawdown and then lost this. Right? And then I would have lost. Then this candle came back in profit. This candle was back in profit. Then this candle, if you look closely, this candle opened above my entry. Check it out. Below my entry. The next candle. So look, the 1 minute candle here closed below my entry. Look at my entry line. Right? Watch it exactly. It closed below my entry line. Once it closed below my entry line, it went straight into profits after that. So that's why I moved my stop loss literally right above that 1 minute candle there. So I hope that makes sense, just so you guys can see. Camera, yeah, everything is going cooked. I charged this camera overnight. I think maybe that's why I broke it. Anyways, at these days, I just seem like I can't do anything right anyway, so what's the point? Everyone's gonna have their opinion. At the end of the day, I made money and that's my goal, so it's not going to affect me. But hopefully that explanation helps you. Like, hopefully you can get something value. I hope you can get some value from that to understand how that played out. Yeah, liquidity issue. I faced the same issue on Tickmill. The fact that multiple people in our group has had the same should show you. I mean, look at what happened to Moritz, for example, same broker. See what gold is doing. Finally getting somewhere. Appreciate all you guys. Nice, man. What's this? 2 accounts? 10k and 100k? Well, 80k euro. You bought a second one? You know I didn't buy. Fuck's sake, man. Stupid me. Yesterday I was so tired, man. So tired. I would have passed it today, huh? This is cool. This is a journey. Back into like plus 4%. Back into minus. Now we continue the momentum. Do you think NY is tradable today? Not myself. Not myself. I never trade NY bank holidays. My bank holidays have been extremely inconsistent for me. But today there was some sort of news going on and I feel like we got some volume from that. This news that came out kind of woke up the charts here. Once we got this news, it woke up the charts. Best to take break. I mean, if you want to just force yourself to trade it, then trade it. But I'm not. This is up to you. You can force yourself to trade it. The market is technically still open. How gold respects levels is nuts. Yeah, simple lines can do a lot. Why don't you post your losses on social media? Only wins? Fuck, man. These guys are unbelievable. Now you're gonna be humbled, huh? Watch how you're gonna be humbled right now. You better say sorry to me, huh? Go to, what is my most recent reel? Go see. Was this a good loss? My most recent post is a loss. My most recent post. And look, it always does bad, man. Never gets any likes. No one appreciates. 73 likes. 500 likes when I post about this. I literally posted my loss. Okay, sorry, I don't have Instagram, bro. No problem. Check my shorts. Please watch my most. Good or bad trade. What was this? A loss. We all watch it together now. This is my losing trade, man. I literally posted losing trade right there. Clean. Give it a like. A good loss is much better than a bad win. You know, that is very true, brother. That is very true. That is totally true. What do you think about risk to reward ratio? Does it really matter? For me, it does matter. It does matter. There's like a key point. Anything below 0.8 RR, you start to notice inconsistencies. you know, you start to notice inconsistencies. Five-minute setup, 5-ish. Close back in the range. Yeah, if it's mixed, then yeah, then I don't know whose broker's right and wrong, but mixed, yeah, it makes sense in mixed, of course. Harry, did you hear about being launched from both sides going over Dubai? No, it didn't go over Dubai. Geographically, it cannot. Let me show you how we look in geographics. I mean, it can, but it's not the same direction. One sec, my location is on there. I need to do it in a private browser so that we don't see my location. There we go. Right? Where are they targeting? They're targeting here. So why would it come over here? Very rare for it to come over here. We are situated actually quite far away. Like, it's going in this direction. This direction is where it's going. So it's actually nowhere near. We're like adjacent to it. You know, it's very rare that we start to see this from here. You know, but there has been sightings from people who live here. They can see it. They can see it. But more it's going overhead, you know, Kuwait and Iraq and stuff like that. Right? But geographically, we are positioned away from it. So all of that is just media noise, just BS. Trying to put down Dubai. Dubai is not safe. They're in the middle of this. Blah, 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 blah. The only problem is that if they start fighting with some of these countries here or targeting stuff like this, you know, or this country start, that's the problem. You know, but it's always been a threat for many years, many years. Problem is flights now. I wonder what route they're taking to get to Turkey and stuff. Was waiting for bottom wick on GJ, just flew. No top wick, no bottom wick open. Times are looking pretty grim. Yeah, it's not that good, man. It's not that good, what's going on. Gap up bottom wick. Yeah, pretty crazy open. Hard to do much with that. With gold here, bearish bias, so you'd be looking for pullbacks, changes of structure, and then continuation down. It's gonna be your best shot. Doesn't matter how high the pullbacks come. If it happens around here, you look for below the 4-hour support. S2, no. S5, because we've had a big push already. But bank holiday, be careful. Later on, London has actually today had good volume overall. All assets have pushed. GJ pushed up. Gold pushed down heavy, and DAX as well pushed down heavy. You took DAX today? Yeah, I did take DAX today. Indices. I've been killing indices recently. That's been what's been okay for me. Not in London though, in NY mainly. Today London actually, first time we actually get a proper setup. Finally get a proper close, not take something outside of the plan. Makes a difference. Good 5-minute structure. Bank holiday affects GBP JPY? Sometimes, yeah, man. Bank holiday has been quite inconsistent for me. That's why I just wake up and come and see. I came to the chart today with no expectations. And I said in my beginning of my analysis that it depends on the volume we see. And we saw volume, right? Chart was moving. So that's why I decided to give something a shot. Not scared to take a trade. Enjoy the weather. What? Some good weather over there. Glad the stream didn't start 1 hour later. We might have missed. Yeah, that's actually true, man. What's the weather there? Where are you now? Netherlands? Back in Netherlands or where? Brother, where's that, man? That's in Netherlands. Nice, nice, nice. What's an extremely Dutch word that I should tell my Dutch friends? Took a buy on the open. Damn, you were not interested in the sells? 1 minute had a setup 5. Those normally work. Let's have a look. Normally when we have a big push, 1 minute setup 5. Yeah, here. This one's even better though. This gave a cleaner push. Holding on the open is some pretty big ball stuff though. I prefer to be break or even on that. I was in profit. Yeah, that's important. That's really important. Damn, you guys give me all bad words, bro. How am I supposed to read this, bro? All bad words for sure you guys are sending me, for sure. Shit, man, shit. Saw this on Gram? Shit, man, shit. Look at his spread. Bit cooked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's like almost 100, more than 100 positions, man. What's 0.9 times 100, man? It's like more than 90 lots, man, is pushing here. What the fuck? Nice bank holiday this time. Yeah, we had some good volume, man. We had some good volume. Definitely different. Guy wants to buy a BMW by force. Yeah, I think he's going to owe a BMW. You stay in potentially big move. Is that better than B if you catch the first full 5-minute candle? Depends if we're reaching targets or not. Like, it has to be a day where we have a catalyst to keep pushing. You don't know if it's going to be that day, so it's hard. That the day it happens, it looks great and you can find a way. Same thing on 1 minute. You can start trailing 1 minute structure. But we don't know if it's going to be that day. You know, so if you notice super heavy volume, you could try, but just as fast as it came down, it can also go up like this. Because imagine you did the same concept today on DAX, you would have lost so much profit, right? All of this profit you could have lost trying to trail it. And then if DAX was all the way down here, right? If it was all the way down here and then you look back at it, you're going to tell yourself, damn, if I just kept trailing 5-minute candles, I would have been able to capitalize that full move. I think with you, your goal is going to be to at least get to 1-to-1 first and then think about, because you tend to close earlier. So before thinking about more than that, let's get to that first. Volume was missing in normal session and bank holiday gave the volume today. Yes, that's weird, huh? I'm done for today. No need to push further on bank holiday. See you all tomorrow. Nice one, Bram. Bram, was this on your funded? Is this on the actual funded now? New one. So what's the past one? You didn't trade on the past one? You're still waiting for credentials. Others still waiting for approval? Shit, man. Yeah, you guys should read Bram. Bram's been here for a while. He did take and this is something that's cool, you know. I notice a lot of people sometimes need this, but he wrote about it, which is nice. So he joined the group over a year ago, so, you know, takes time. But he joined with 0% knowledge. But during the journey, he made mistakes and he blew 2 challenges, which is really not that bad, man. You know, it's really not that bad. But he felt bad about it because I put pressure for people to do good. And then he took a few months off trading to clear his mind. And then he came back and it worked very well. And what I like about this is he came back not changing strategy, not desperate, but with a fresh mindset to say, I'm going back in, same plan, better mindset. And then it works out. And it's strange how that thing works. And these are the keywords here, right? Patience, less FOMO. I like he didn't write no FOMO. It's pretty impossible to have no FOMO. Took good setups because he felt more confident. It's an important thing, man. It's a small details. It's a small details. But it's just good for other people to see that, you know? Because I feel there's a lot of people who get stuck in this full rhythm and they just don't see progress, and they feel like if they don't allow themselves to breathe a bit, they're going back in progression. And it's actually the opposite. It's the opposite. The key is that you stuck with it, in terms of most people at that stage would start to do different things. We need more of those motivations in the free Discord. Is that possible? Yeah, I guess it's possible. They're sharing it here, but I should share it to you guys in the free Discord. So maybe just send screenshots and announce it. So I could do that. I can take screenshots and put it in the Discord. I'm sure they're happy with me sharing it. It's a good achievement from their side. So yeah, if you would like to see that. Here's another good one. You can read this here if you guys can read it. Before Tradesharpe, before applying myself to learn, before working on my psychology and discipline. Like, you notice a reoccurring trend. Same with Bram. Mindset, psychology, patience, discipline. He was in a downtrend here. Then he joined here and he listened to me yapping. You know, still says, you know, without mistakes. And this is what I like. People are accountable to their mistakes. Like, notice the guys who are seeing progress are still making mistakes. So it's also a thing that there's a lot of people who don't make progress because they're scared to make mistakes. And I see that happen a lot. People try to be too perfect, right? I have people in the group who've been here for a while. They don't make enough mistakes. Really. Yeah, Joe, okay, I'm glad he said that. He won't mind me picking on him now. He is one of them. That's why I said there are some people, and actually he is one of them. Because he has experience that he doesn't need to make these mistakes. But these mistakes force you to get back into shape. That's why, like, we had that conversation the other day of, like, you know, your parents pushing you on a bike for you to purposely fail. It's kind of the same thing, right? It's kind of the same thing. So you'll see a repeated pattern. So John's an interesting as well. John definitely knows what he's doing, but also has a small leak in his psychology as well. If he tilts, he loses it. He fixes that, guess what? He becomes consistent very quick. People generally passing. I like when people write up though. When people write up is good. I was in drawdown a little over 11k before joining Tradesharpe, focusing on finishing his course, but yeah, results are amazing. Started off at risking 0.5. See? Took things slow. You know? Now since I'm back, I'm over break even. I'm risking 1.5. Dream come true after 3 years of losing a little growth. So I'd like to see how he's doing now. That would be also a good thing to see. You know? So it's just like, got my first funded account on Top Step. Glad I joined Tradesharpe. Here's my PA chart. So he bought a funded account. He passed it. They only have a 3% profit target. So there is progress. Now don't be fooled. A lot of gurus will tell you like, this is good stuff. And I'll tell you the truth. This is nothing. This is maybe a good period. We need to see him over time. Everyone over time. That's it, man. That's it. Harry, did you take any trade today in London? Seems bad. Yeah, I took these DAX sells here. These DAX sells is what I took. I'll post it up after. Anyways, I'm calling it a session here. Appreciate you all showing up. Good result. Nice to get something finally. even though it was a little bit weird of how it played out, but I guess everything is due in its own time. You create your own luck. I am a big believer in that hard work and consistency creates its own luck. Sometimes it works in your favor, so just keep at it and you'll see things change. So trust me on that. So I appreciate you all showing up, even though not many people showed up as today, only 300 people here, but I appreciate those who stuck around, and they can see the rewards. Are you back to B? No, I'm in profit now. So yeah, appreciate you all. Take care and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, have a good rest of your day. Take it easy, bank holiday. Much love and peace.